It's me, thinking out loud. I opened my browser yesterday morning, typed the letter C into the address bar, and let the autocomplete pull up ChatGPT. It's a muscle memory at this point. I didn't even really think about it. I just needed to smooth out the tone of a difficult email. So I dropped my rough draft into the text box, hit enter, and watched the blinking cursor spit out a better version of my own thoughts. It has just become part of my workflow. It's familiar. I rely on it. It sits right alongside my calendar and my inbox as invisible infrastructure. But as I was sitting there, looking at the clean white interface and the little logo, I realized something. I have been using this tool almost every single day for several years, and at no point did I ever stop to ask what GPT actually means. I just let that sit for a minute. The sheer volume of text I have fed into this system, the decisions I've allowed it to influence, the friction it has removed from my daily operations, and I didn't even know what the acronym stood for. This isn't about not knowing in a technical sense. I don't build large language models, but it's about not questioning something I use consistently. The tool works, it produces results. It feels intuitive enough to trust. And somewhere along the way, that usefulness quietly replaced my curiosity. I had a surface level understanding, of course. I know it generates responses. I know it feels conversational. I know it is highly effective at organizing unstructured information. But usefulness is not the same thing as understanding. Being able to drive a car doesn't mean I know what's happening under the hood. And for a long time in my career, I prided myself on always looking under the hood. So I finally looked it up. Generative, pre-trained, transformer. I didn't read the technical papers, I just looked at the words themselves. Generative, pre-trained, transformer. And I noticed my reaction to them. I started wondering what pre trained actually implies. The prefix pre means before. Before me, before my prompt. There is a whole universe of decisions, biases, weights, and assumptions that were locked into place before I ever typed my first word. And generative. What is it actually depending on to generate? It feels like magic, like it's pulling ideas out of thin air, but it's not. It's relying on a structure I can't see to predict what should come next. And then there's transformer. That word feels heavy. It suggests something profound is happening beneath the surface, shifting and remapping relationships between concepts in ways I can't track or trace. I don't know how it transforms. I just accept the transformation when it appears on my screen. I started noticing how something that feels so simple on the surface can completely strip away the instinct to look deeper. The interface is just a text box. It mimics human conversation so perfectly that it disarms the skepticism I would normally bring to a new piece of enterprise software. I didn't connect it to some larger pattern. It was actually the opposite. For most of my career, I've been the one asking questions, looking under the hood, not getting comfortable with surface level understanding. So this stood out to me because it didn't match how I usually operate. It wasn't that I didn't know, it was that I didn't stop to ask. And that's a different kind of miss. It's a strange tension to sit in. I know it is not necessary to understand everything deeply in order to use it. If I had to deeply understand the microarchitecture of every processor I rely on, I would never get anything done. But it feels worth noticing how easily understanding is skipped when something just works. I didn't close the browser tab with any grand revelation. I just sat with the fact that my curiosity had been bypassed by convenience. And I'm left wondering what else I am using exactly the same way right now, completely without question. Yeah, I'm still thinking out loud.